Hello, YouTube family members and friends. Today we're going to be discussing and looking at the different room categories on the Disney cruise lines. In general, there are three basic categories. There's the inside staterooms, outside staterooms with portholes, and outside staterooms with a veranda balcony. Within each of those categories, there's different subcategories like accessible rooms, or some of the verandas have white walls, and there's the concierge level. But there's still three basic categories, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. We'll let you decide for yourself which ones you think are best. We're just going to give the particular characteristics of each general category, and then you decide, because, hey, everybody's got their own preferences.
But we have had two different staterooms.
Yes.
One, they were both outside. One was with a porthole, and then one was with a veranda.
We definitely have a preference, but we'll tell you that at the end. After we give you all the characteristics, then you just decide what you like. One thing that is consistent across all of the categories is the amount of storage in each of the staterooms.
Especially for those that overpack, like me.
And if you're going on a Disney cruise, most people overpack anyway because you want to bring your pirate outfit and your mini ears and
Formal night. You got a suit.
Yep. But that's not a problem, because all of the staterooms actually have an amazing amount of storage space considering the relatively smaller size in a regular hotel room. They've got storage for suitcases under the beds. Then each room has a closet.
A large closet.
Two sliding doors with built-in shelves. And there's a safe in there in case you want that. There is a set of drawers right next to the closet. And on the Disney and the Fantasy, there's shelves above that dresser. But there isn't on the Magic and the Wonder. There is a nightstand with drawers on each side of the bed. And then there's a fairly large desk with a number of drawers. And then that's where the little refrigerator is, underneath the desk. And on the Dream and Fantasy, there is, it looks like a coffee table. It's got a hard top on it, but the lid lifts up and you can put things inside of there as well. Very handy. First, we're going to talk about the inside staterooms. We personally have never stayed in an inside stateroom, but we've had family members that have stayed in an inside stateroom, and we've seen reviews from other Disney Cruise Line guests that have been in them, so we'll share what we've heard from them. The sizes of the inside staterooms on the classic ships, the Magic and the Wonder, they have a standard inside stateroom, and that's about 184 square feet, and there's a deluxe inside stateroom, and they're 214 square feet. The Dream class ships, which are larger ships, actually have staterooms that are a little bit smaller. The standard inside is 169 square feet, and the deluxe inside stateroom is 204 square feet. Most of these can hold up to 4 passengers. There's a handful of the standard inside cabins, I think down on the lower decks, deck 2, that can only sleep 3 passengers. They don't have the drop-down bunk bed. There are inside staterooms on most of the decks. There's none on deck 8, which is one of the upper decks on the classic ships, and there's not any on decks 11 and 12 on the Dream class ships. Those have all outside staterooms. Some general characteristics about the inside staterooms is they are the least expensive. For a 7-night Caribbean cruise with a family of 4, the standard inside a stateroom is about $300 less than what you'd pay for an outside porthole room. And they're about $700 less than what you would pay for an outside veranda balcony room. Deluxe inside, which are a little bit larger, are approximately $60 less than the porthole room and $450 less than the veranda. So if you're interested in saving some money, then Inside Staterooms can help you do that. We've also heard that they are very dark when you turn the lights out, even in the daytime, since there's no portholes and not a lot of light gets in under the door from the hallways. They're very dark. And they also don't have the split bathrooms. The standard inside staterooms don't have the split baths, but the deluxe inside do. I know we've talked about this before, but for those of you who don't know what a split bathroom is, it's basically two bathrooms. There's one of the rooms have a sink and a toilet, and the other one has a sink with a tub/shower. We discussed those split baths in our Is a Disney Cruise Worth the Price video, and we'll put a link to that one down below. The other thing about the inside staterooms is there is no view of the ocean.
There's no view outside at all.
No, you see the four walls of the stateroom. There is an interesting thing, though, on the Dream class ships. They have something called a magic porthole. Basically, what it is an LED TV screen that's round like a porthole, and it shows real-time views of what's going on outside the ship. And for the kids, periodically Disney characters will make an appearance in this window, like they're looking in the porthole. You can also turn those screens on and off anytime you want. So if at night you don't want the screen on, you can turn it off manually. There is also on the TV sets on the classic ships and on the Dream class ships something called bridge view. It's a camera that's in the bridge of the ship that shows straight ahead from the ship. So all of the rooms have that. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the outside stateroom. First, some of the general characteristics. We've stayed, like Lori said earlier, in an Oceanview stateroom, one with a balcony and the other one with a porthole. The outside cabins are somewhat larger than the inside staterooms. On the classic ships, the deluxe Oceanview with a porthole is 214 square feet. There are no deluxe family Oceanview porthole rooms. So one size for the Oceanview with the porthole, 214 square feet. On the Dream class ships, the newer ships, a deluxe Oceanview room with a porthole is 205 square feet, a little bit smaller again. And they have deluxe family Oceanview with porthole rooms that are 240 square feet, and they sleep 5 people. They have like a Murphy bed that comes down from the wall. The inside floor space of the veranda and balcony rooms are about the same or just a little bit larger than the porthole rooms, but the balconies definitely make the overall size feel larger. Yeah, because you can actually go outside. Specifically for the porthole staterooms, some of the characteristics are you can see the ocean. You can look outside, see exactly what's going on. But those windows don't open, so you can't hear the waves or breathe in the ocean air. They are less expensive than the veranda rooms. For a 7-night Caribbean cruise for a family of 4, they're about $400 less. So you can get an outside stateroom and still see the ocean, and it's cheaper than the rooms with the balcony. The veranda balcony staterooms all have a private balcony. There are dividers between each of the balconies of each stateroom, but they're not soundproof, and they actually don't go ceiling to floor. There's space underneath them. And if you have an adjoining stateroom, like we did, you can ask your room host to unlock that, and so you can basically combine those two verandas. These are the most expensive staterooms, or most expensive category on the ship. And if you get a suite or a concierge level stateroom, all of those rooms have balconies.
Oh, all of them do? There's
Yeah.
no inside rooms on the concierge?
Nope, no inside rooms on the concierge level. Now that we've discussed the different characteristics of the three basic categories, we're going to tell you what our preference is. Dear, which of the staterooms do we prefer?
We definitely prefer the balcony by far. If it came down to choosing a cruise now without a balcony or at least some way to see the outside, we would find a different cruise. To go outside without having to get dressed, to use room service and have your coffee or your tea delivered in the morning, just adds, I think, to that cruise.
Yeah.
You're being pampered, and it's just a little bit of luxury. I'd rather take less cruises, right?
Yeah, fewer cruises.
Fewer cruises, and save our money for a balcony than take more cruises and change that up. So.
Yeah. And that's just us. We've heard from other people that say they spend so little time in their stateroom that they don't mind having an inside stateroom because they get out and about on the ship, and that's fine for them. But we really like the idea, if we're on a cruise on the ocean, something about leaving.
Cruising. Just being on the ocean.
Yeah, leaving the doors open all night, and you can hear the waves.
I want to hear it, smell
the ocean.
See storms. We've seen dolphin. I want to experience everything that you do with a cruise. So
plus, we found that also helps us get a lot better sleep. A lot of people spend money on those white noise machines, and we just use the real waves to do that. And the rooms feel less stuffy. I mean, the air conditioning on the ship is fine, and the temperature is always comfortable, but there's just something about always having fresh air available that we really like. And so, we would definitely cruise less often, save the extra money, and just get the balcony room.
Right. And the balcony rooms have this really well locking mechanism on the doors. I really liked how you could hear like this vacuum seal and then locked. When you did lock it. If you had children or you were fearful of little ones in a room with a door and accessibility, like right to the outside, I'd be really comfortable with the locking doors. Yeah,
the doors are heavy. Even when they're unlocked, you have to put a little effort into getting them started and slide open, and they lock. So we would personally not have any qualms about having children or a small child in there, because the doors close and it's hard for them to open them up.
It's hard for me to open it because you have to really slide it open and use that locking mechanism, which is
absolutely. So, but if you have any thoughts about the different types of staterooms on the Disney cruise, if you've been on one and you have a preference, we'd love to hear that. Go ahead and share that in the comments below. And if you have any questions that we haven't answered, we'd like to hear those, and we'll answer them as best we can, either in the comments or in a future video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and we'd really appreciate it if you subscribe as well. But as always, we thank God for all the blessings that He gives us, not just for our good, but ultimately for His glory.